How's it look now?
I see your first attempt right there.
My first attempt. I mean, we didn't go in very good. It's hitting on top. Yeah, for some reason, didn't go in the right spot. Oh, appears the cam's a little snug. Might have to do a little, maybe honing on that. See how bad the finish is too. Terrible.
Wow.
Okay, what about the other one?
Probably gonna be tight as well.
Just because it's all new parts, you think it's going to be tight?
Oh, because we're undersized?
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, no.
See, that's why you never know for sure. Hear the clearance?
Yeah, not too much.
Pretty snug.
Yeah.
You do have to come out straight though.
Which is good. So we just have to hone that one out then.
Yeah. You can see the low spot on the whole bush, and you go in about 3/16 where it cut, and everything below that it wasn't cutting if you look at it. Usually it's the other way around, so that's actually good. So that means the oil will seal pretty good.
Oh.
It should go where we want to go. That's a plus. Alright, so this pinion shaft here appears to be slightly undersized. How far is it? Slightly undersized. Well, there's your problem right there.
How big is it?
61 and 4/10. 61 and 4/10. 61 and 3/10.
Mm.
9/16 is 62 and a half. So that's 11/10 clearance. Assuming everything cuts on size and the reamer was that size, but we already know the reamer was undersized. That's why I like using this early, because you never know. So 61, 62 and 4/10 is about what it's coming at. It moved up slightly when I took it off, but
Really?
62 and a half, see?
It's a little glary, but...
Yeah. And this cut's undersized because it's purposely dulled so it doesn't cut on size. The way you dull a reamer is you take a stone and you run it right across that pointed edge right there. It'll dull it, so it won't cut as good.
Mm.
Then it will cut on the money or undersized, depending on how much you dull it and what the reamer was cutting at.
Is there just one pass, or...
Yeah, it only takes 1 or 2 shots. Doesn't take much. Makes a difference. Because I've had that before. If that cut 1 thou bigger, that would really be loose. The bush would be worn out already. Because this shaft has a clearance built into the shaft. Other shafts, like Jim's, they usually have theirs more closer to size. So they go on snug, you got to cut another 1/2 to 3/4 of a thou out of them. So I bought this adjustable reamer right here. So this one here, it's a solid carbide, well not solid, it's carbide tipped with an adjustment screw in the middle. See, it's got a slot so it expands out. So you can adjust this up and down a thou. You can probably get 2 thou bigger, that's about the max. But you can adjust it to what you want it to be.
Do they all come out evenly, or does it throw like a taper? Okay.
It's a tapered screw. There's an L in there, but it's a wedge.
Okay.
It's tapered, cone shaped. So just, as you shove it in, it just expands out. So as long as everything is 100% made right, it expands out equally. But everything's a little off here and there, but not too bad.
That still gets you around.
So this reamer ended right here when I turned it down, and then I had to make a sleeve here to bring it to what I needed.
Huh.
So then I cut off the excess. It was probably out here. And that's how you make a reamer. Remember he had that reamer I bought the other day from the pile over there?
Yeah.
That's why I bought these reamers.
Huh. cool.
You make different things out of them. But they all have to be modified to fit.
I've never seen an adjustable one. It's the first time for me.
That's the good adjustables. Here's a big one. This is for early big twin. That's a number 2. Same thing, you cut these down, you sleeve them. See this one, it puts the sleeve on it? This is the reamer size here. I made the sleeve, pressed it on. Then you take this out, turn it between centers. Actually, that one has a chamfer on it. You put this between centers, and then you turn it on center so it's concentric. So when you cut it, it doesn't wobble. And you had to shorten this up, it was like this long. And turn it down to a 1/2 inch so you can turn it with a power tool. You can see what the mark is where the bearing sits.
Yeah.
So that one's how you do that one. And same thing, you adjust these to what you need for clearance.
That's cool.
And they don't make these anymore, so you have to buy them on eBay or auctions. Because these things were made back in the 70s and stuff like that. But they still keep turning out. I have extras. The reamers you buy nowadays are through style, but they go all the way through the hole. So if you want to use it, you'd have to cut a big hole right here for that to go all the way through. And it'd only go up to about here, so it shouldn't be a problem. And you can through ream it, or you can hone it at that point. This hole you can use that style of reamer on it, but anyway, you do what you gotta do. See the one we bought the other day. Which one you buy? I gave you to put up here. This one, red one up here. Yeah, 1 inch.
Yeah.
And number 704, Peerless is who makes a lot of these. There's other brands, but that's a big one. So this is what they look like when you buy them. So that's what you start with, and you just cut these things down to whatever you want for lengths or heights and whatever you need. Like I said, minimum you got to turn it down for a 1/2 inch drill motor. That's minimum. It's the same thing. It's carbide tipped. You do. They also make them without the carbide. When you're cutting bronzes and stuff like that, carbide's what you want, because bronze is pretty darn tough to cut.
Yeah, so it's soft, isn't it?
It's soft, but it's hard to cut. Just because something's soft doesn't mean it's not easy to work with.
Oh yeah, it'll grab that.
Lead is really bad about cutting. It's almost impossible to cut lead. It just loads up and turns to crap instantly.
Copper as well.
This is not your motor.
Nope. Sure isn't.
I don't think we're doing valve guides this minute.
Maybe later.
Not those ones though. Those are iron head guides. These are iron heads.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of work off of camera, off of video. People are getting tired of seeing the same videos over and over and over again.
I mean, they might be the same in a sense, but everyone's different. Everyone encounters their own problems.
Yeah.
Look at my case, we've encountered that.
Yeah, but I get complaints too, so especially on honing. People don't like honing. Okay, I don't think it's this one. I guess it is bigger than that one. How about this big ass one here that's worn out? Nope, that ain't it either. How about this really big one down here?
Maybe. Too big.
Too big. How about this one? Looks just about right.
Somewhere in the middle.
Oh, that must be the right one.
So how much are we gonna hone?
Until the cam goes through the hole. You want to go in the hole? Forced it. Where's the stone at? That's a real fine stone on there, it looks like, which is good. Because the coarse one's on the back side over here. So that's the coarse one.
Oh yeah.
I never use that back row, that's coarse. I only deal with fine stuff. What's wrong with this thing? Man, this thing's not happy today. Something binding or something, I don't know what it is. feel correctly. Damn, that's just really stiff. Machine must be cold.
It's like an old diesel, you have to warm it up.
I don't know. Problem is affecting everything. I don't know what the binding condition is, but it's affecting how it works. If you're doing accurate work, it'd be nice if the tooling was not screwing with you. That wasn't enough.
Almost there.
That's more on this side than this side, so we're down here. Right, run it, right? More need clearance in there.
Do you? Yeah, you do, right?
It ain't none right now.
You need what?
It goes in, but it's tight.
How much clearance should be in there?
More than that. Valve would be nice.
Thou?
This is not pressure lube, this is splash lube, so valve around.
Gotcha.
Yep, it's valve. I go until I feel a little clearance in it. This is thick oil, so feel it. Where's that clearance? Get bound up and stuck. Good sign that you're tight.
So too tight.
Close. The oil's really thick right now, so it really masks what the actual clearance is.
Yeah, 'cause it's bridging the gap between the two a little bit, right?
Yeah. But when it's hard to go in and out, it's binding. It makes it really hard to calculate out what you got. A little bit more. Get the feel there. thing. If it's having trouble going in the hole, you know it's pretty tight. If you get it too tight and it runs the bike, it'll actually stick in there, seize up in there.
Seize up, yeah, that's what all that friction. No, not enough oil going through between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Still a little bit. Okay, that'll be enough. So I'm going to clean up and we really see what the clearance is. So we'll be back.